6 days later is what the text says. 6 days later. So that makes this the 7th day. So what happened 6 days ago? Let's get into the gospel passage for the last Sunday after Epiphany. So this week's gospel is the Transfiguration. Jesus takes 3 of his disciples up a mountain where they have this moment in which Moses and Elijah appear, and Peter announces that this is good for them to be there and they should make these dwellings, and Jesus kind of bats that away, says that's not what this is about. And then there is the voice of God announcing this is his beloved. Listen to him. And then when the disciples blink and look, Moses and Elijah are gone, and they walk down the mountain, and Jesus tells them not to talk about what has happened. But what happened 6 days ago? And that was when Jesus said that he is going to die. And Peter says, no, we won't let that happen. And Jesus says, get behind me, Satan. And then Jesus says that every disciple must take up their cross and follow me. I think the real problem in a text like this one is that people are looking for instruction, or people are looking for a way into this. They want to know what to do. Many people think of the Bible as an answer book, something that will tell them how to behave or what they're supposed to be doing in any given moment. And this one is full of stuff, but we don't know what to do with most of it, particularly given what happened 6 days ago and what is showing up now. Now, the instruction we get in this one is from the voice of God, booming to these disciples, calling Jesus blessed, and that they are to listen to him. And I suspect that this, particularly in relation to what happened a week ago when Peter wasn't listening, there's an interesting dynamic that is being revealed in Peter's behavior there and here, which is a kind of half listening. Peter is taking in what is happening and gets half of it right, and then jumps to a different conclusion. And there's something so obviously human about this. This is what we do all the time. So it is a perfect example for us of, in a sense, what not to do, but it is a reflection of what we like to do, because we have the same response when we think Jesus or the church or God or faith itself is under threat. What is our response? To fight and prevent the destruction from happening. And what Jesus has said is that he is destined to die here. And that act of prevention is an act of evil. Listening to Jesus then becomes far more challenging for us when we're liable to get it only half right. The most obvious vision of the grace in this text is that Peter gets it half right. In the same way he got it half right last time, how he'll get it half right next time. There is grace in his getting it half right because he's the only one brave enough to say anything. The rest are cowards. So there's a means of him actually at least trying and failing, but getting it halfway there, that is actually quite beautiful. in the earlier case, there is Peter understanding that Jesus is the Messiah, just misunderstanding what that means. In this case, Peter recognizes that this is good. It is good to be a witness, that he was able to be there, and that is all good. He announces it as good, and he's right. He just makes the mistake of thinking they could stay there and build these dwellings, that this is just, gonna be the new normal for them. I think for us moving about in this world, living in this life, we are given the opportunity to love and serve, but most importantly, to listen to what Jesus is saying and hoping and offering to us. And yeah, we're likely to only get it half right, but getting it half right is better than not right at all. And we ultimately will need to continue to listen. We listen now, and we get a little bit further up the road, and then we'll listen some more. And as we keep listening, we will find ourselves getting closer and closer to what it is that God wants us to hear and see and know. And as Jesus reveals, that is to love God and love one another as ourselves. There is so much good here.